Literally, seriously, the U.S. can drop 10,000 robot dogs with full auto rifles mounted on their backs, and they will own everything around Fort O.
Even you look at the way the drones are operating in the Ukraine war, right? You've talked about how you have to have a person to stand on a street corner to enforce the law, or you have to have humans in an area of operation to occupy territory. You don't need to do that anymore. Honestly, drones make it so drone pilots and drones can make it so that way you actually don't need infantry the way that you used to.
Yeah, well, Iran is a really interesting case because I think people were like, oh, obviously this regime change can't possibly happen here because there are no boots on the ground or there's no military. And I thought about it for a second, and it's like, what happens if you have total air superiority and total intelligence dominance? Well, you can do what Israel was doing, which is like you can just drone strike every leader of the country.
Yeah, and keep drone striking them until you get someone you like.
Exactly, that's what happened with Hezbollah, right? They got Nasrallah, they got the guy who became the new leader of Hezbollah got drone striked. I think the third guy who became the new leader of Hezbollah got drone striked, and finally the fourth guy signs a humiliating ceasefire.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of eventually the guy who gets thrust into the hot seat unwillingly is like immediately calls up the Israelis and is like, "What do you want?"
Look, there's and if that's the standard, if that's how combat is conducted or international diplomacy or war is conducted, you're gonna need like maybe 3 guys deep, and like you said, the fourth guy's gonna be like, no, I'm changing everything because
what regime would you like us to have?
Exactly.
So
right?
I did some quick math based on the size of the robot dogs, available surface area for solar panels. It's estimated that it'll take 48 hours of sunlight in order to charge it back up to full. Now
Is that why they're trying to block out the sun so to control those things?
Hold on. That's 48 hours of sunlight. So that means over nighttime, we're talking potentially 5 full days where a robot dog is inoperable, but it could reactivate in emergencies. This means that in order to have a full rotation, you're going to want to have at least 7 robot dogs, 1 for emergencies, where that will leave you with 1 active robot dog at any given time in a certain area, while the rest are down charging in sunlight.